Alright, so this chapter of Dragon Ball Super sure gave us a lot to unpack and look forward to. With the last one, we saw a wrap up of the Moro arc, followed by the introduction of this new one, helmed by a man named Granola. With this latest chapter, we find ourselves firstly on a foreign planet in ruins. Dead bodies were laid about as people would rain downwards from some iconic Frieza Force ships. From there, it wouldn't be long before we were able to recognize these people to be Saiyans turned Great Apes. And actually, the planet's full moon was rather clear with the previous shot. We would then take the view of someone on the ground as they would rush forwards in an attempt to find safety, only for the ceiling to cave in with one of the Great Apes now forcing their way in. As Granola would awaken from his terrible nightmare, one that he had apparently been having for quite some time now. But with that, his mission was a success and he was able to obtain OG-73-I. From there, Granola would then provide us with a bit of insight as to what exactly we just witnessed. Apparently, he has a deep hatred for Frieza despite knowing Frieza to have died some time ago. And to make matters worse, the Great Apes he remembered invading his home were also wiped out, and so he has no way of fulfilling his revenge, and yet is still haunted by his memories of the event. From there, we'd flash to Goku, who was oddly enough chasing after and gripping onto the Oracle Fish, calling for the assistance of Whis. Whis then pulled up with a syringe and straight up vaccinated this man. From there, the Oracle Fish would be fast asleep and laid to rest. Apparently, the poor thing had a bit of insomnia, which Whis aimed to correct with a healthy dosage of vitamins. However, the Oracle Fish suffering from insomnia is a bad sign for the future, although at times it could be just nothing. But we know better than that. This is definitely something. Now, at first, Goku was a bit excited by the prospect of something bad, but was let down. And boy, is that an unhealthy association. To relate terrible things yet to pass to fun fights or not even a hint of concern or worry is pretty scary behavior. Zeno forbid that we ever find ourselves with repercussions following an arc. From there, we would see Goku face Whis, having now mastered Ultra Instinct. Now, the moment the battle commenced, Goku immediately ascended upwards, and upon looming over the planet, would split his ki into functional duplicates of himself. And in seeing this, I must say that Ultra Instinct is definitely more gimmicky than I originally believed it to be. Between this and the Moro fight, it's proven itself to be a pretty bizarre power as opposed to the consolidated and simplistic approach provided by the Tournament of Power. Goku's duplicates would rush Whis from all angles and be easily recognized and thwarted. This was light work to him, as he too would now ascend, being fully aware that Goku himself never came down to fight and would knock him back down. He'd tell Goku that simply copying him wasn't gonna do him much good, as he should develop his own style. Now, I'm curious what a more Goku-style Ultra Instinct would look like, as my first reaction to seeing Goku duplicate himself wasn't that this was a Whis move. But these two would then train like this for a while, as Beerus and Vegeta were left to just watch. Vegeta would question if Whis was using Ultra Instinct himself at the moment, to which Beerus would clarify that it wasn't so cut and dry, that as an angel, Whis is perpetually in a state of Ultra Instinct. Whis would then open up the power scaling floodgates by telling Goku that he's still not at the pinnacle of power, that rather Ultra Instinct mastery is just the beginning. Beerus possessed a greater command over it than Goku, and Whis possessed an even greater command than that, which is then exceeded by the Grand Priest. And so there is plenty of room for Goku to grow even stronger. And at that, I have to wonder the merit or use of having a mortal supersede the power of an angel. Like, what is this working towards, if anything? What is the merit behind having Goku be stronger than Whis? Is that problematic? Is that something that needs to be handled? I really question that sort of thing. But continuing to observe, Beerus would question if Vegeta also desired to master Ultra Instinct. But as he said before, the power just doesn't suit him, that he'll furthermore achieve greater heights in his own way. And I mean, this is why we all love Vegeta, right? Back in the day, he was just always in Goku's shadow, lagging behind in transformations and such. But now, he has no intention of following Goku's lead. And it seems like Beerus admired this as well, as he would remark that Ultra Instinct isn't the only technique of the gods. As it turns out, Ultra Instinct is more of an angelic specialty, as calm hearts and tranquility don't exactly invoke the general image of a god of destruction. Now, Beerus, being the damn tsundere that he is, would be questioned by Vegeta, who desired to be taught such a thing, and would refuse, only to then say that he'll be exercising, and if Vegeta sees anything that piques his interest, he can feel free to steal it. So not exactly direct tutelage, but if Vegeta is able to glean anything from this, then it'll be all that more impressive. And I for one am especially excited by this prospect. Following that, we would be reunited with Granola, as he made his way towards a particular planetoid. After landing, he'd make his way to a tower with OG-73-I. He'd be approached by some stereotypical anime lowlife named Soshiru, one that would recognize the worth of such a bounty but go away once threatened. Granola would then face his employer. With his haul being confirmed, he was paid in full. Now, Granola would question his employer Elec in regards to his intent with the thing, but Elec didn't seem interested in using the creature to build an army. He believed military conquest to be archaic, with intel being the true boast of strength. And OG-73-I is believed to possess a whole lot of intel. Granola, now losing interest in the conversation, would question when his next job would be, only to be told that with the shifting of the universe, they don't have much to offer him just yet. The reason being that Frieza has returned, which shocked Granola entirely. With people being so scared, business was a total mess. And Granola, then getting excited, would contemplate killing Frieza to avenge his people and would demand his location. Elec would tell him that Frieza is even more powerful than when he left, and so to fight him would be futile. But Granola wasn't having it and would approach, only to be knocked down and bodied by one of Elec's men. Granola's cash would fall all over, as he would then be restrained and pinned down. Elec would then tell Granola to chill out for now, as Frieza was a thorn in his side as well. And so it would be for the best if they worked together, and do so after more careful planning. And once Granola understood, he was let go of. After collecting his money and leaving, Granola would again reiterate his desire to kill Frieza. Now, Elec did all this on purpose. Granola's growth was exponential, and all that power has since gone to his head. And if he were to become stronger than Gas, the one who'd pinned him down, they'd be in some real trouble. The likelihood of such a thing to them was low, but they couldn't take the risk. And so Frieza was to be the one to handle him for them. But for now, Elec's attention was aimed towards OG-73-I. Why? Because they were in search of Zuno, the being who knows everything in the universe. Because again, intel is a true power to them. Now, Granola was on his way to planet Cereal, planet Cereal, when suddenly his ship was attacked and tailed by many others. And guess what? It was that loser character again. Granola would then flee to a nearby asteroid and trick these idiots into coming aboard his ship, allowing him to snipe them all out. Apparently, Granola is a Cerealian, an alien race whose right eyes are especially good for sniping, and Granola's in particular was even greater than that. And with that, I suppose the Tuffle theories are kinda out the door, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are some influence in there yet to come, which I will definitely talk about in another video. Granola would then threaten a lethal shot to the bum, who would again leave in fear. And with that, the nature of Granola is made ever apparent to us yet again. He refrains from killing at all times, yet with the mention of Frieza, it is all that he can think about. But even still, following this confrontation, Granola was left to question his own skill in comparison to Frieza's, as he believes that to avenge his people, he'll need to grow stronger than anyone else. Which would be followed by the lucid murmurs of the Oracle Fish, who'd say that the balance of the universe is shifting, that the strongest warrior in Universe 7 will soon rise. And that was the chapter. These sure are some interesting developments that we will definitely need to get into with further depth in further videos. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Plot Armor with notifications on. And consider showing us some love on Patreon, as we've been covering a whole bunch of anime and manga over there that you won't find on the channel, that I am sure you will enjoy, because when it comes to bringing you some of the best Dragon Ball Super content on the platform, Plot Armor has you covered. As always, I am Slice of Otaku. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.